Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy So, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button and drop a comment on this video, which has me interviewing the middleweight champion of bare knuckle fighting, Mr. Francesco Ricchi, joining us, friend of the program. How are you, brother?
What's up, brother? Good to see you again, So.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure, bro. We love having you here, man. Real quick, let the people know where they can find you and all of your sponsorship.
So on Instagram, it's Francesco__Ricchi, and then on Facebook, it's Francesco space Ricchi, and then all my sponsors: Speed and Truck World, GOK Construction, CM Ventures, Rebel Motor Company, and shit, I'm probably forgetting a couple. Sativa Life, and yeah, I think that's it actually.
We can always circle back towards the end and see if we missed anybody else.
I'm pretty sure I remember them. Oh shit, what about this person? So
yeah, sure.
I'll be good about it.
For sure.
Oh, Florida Man sells too. Real estate.
Bam. You see, they're coming through, man.
He's the main one actually. He's one of the main ones. So
yeah. Good. We're gonna have to name him again.
Yeah.
Frank, man, since the last time you and I got a chance to hang out and talk. We didn't really see an opponent lined up for you. We saw a plan of Mike Perry fight. We saw Mike the Marine Richmond fight, and we didn't really see anybody like stepping up to the plate to fight you. And then, lo and behold, here comes Dave Mundell from the light heavyweight division, where he's ranked #1, and he says, "You know what? I'd like to take on the challenge of facing Frank." Tell me what you think about him as a competitor and what the challenge kind of presents for you.
He's good. Mundell's good. He obviously has a good recipe to win in bare knuckle. He's 5-1. But he was saying that he wanted to go down to middleweight for forever. Since Thiago was a champion, he was saying he wanted to go down to middleweight.
Right.
And he's fought at 170 in MMA for the majority of his career. So it's not like it's not like he's going down and he's going to a cut that he's just not used to. He's used to making 170 pounds. So I think he'll make 175 just easily. In terms of what kind of opponent he is for me, everybody presents different challenges, but I feel like, if you're the rightful undisputed champion, you're going to be able to beat everybody they put in front of you. And Mundell's just the next step. He's one of many people that are going to end up losing to these hands and getting me more and more belts in my collection. Hopefully I can have a wall full of gold. But Mundell, he's good, man. I respect him a lot. He's a buddy of mine. He's tough. He knows how to set the pace in bare knuckle. He's very good at mitigating the risk that him and his opponent take. He's good with distance. He sees punch as well. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a good code to decipher when I'm in there. And I can't wait to do it in a very bloody way.
I like that, man. I love the mutual respect that you guys have for each other as fighters and competitors, because obviously you guys know what the prize is here, right? The belt's on the line, and being the #1 in the world is where it's at. You have a significant height and reach advantage on Dave. But something that you mentioned that he kind of poses as a threat is his ability to control the squared circle. How do you plan on attacking him using that range? Because you have a sick jab, if not the best jab in BKFC.
By punching him in the face really, really hard. I feel like, I think distance, cardio, pacing, the majority of the attributes that you can control in a fight, ring generalship, all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of it is dictated by, power. And obviously, like, if you can actually land on your opponent, you can have the most powerful guy and he can't land a shot, or you can have the fastest guy, but he just doesn't have that much pop. So, for example, I think you see it like Lomachenko cleared out his division. He went up in weight. Now he's fighting at lightweight. He's fighting the 135ers, and those guys are a lot bigger than he is. And he doesn't have the same threat to those guys. So they can afford to walk in and take one of his shots or trade shot for shot because they know that they punch a lot harder than he does. So I feel like you can establish respect from your opponent as soon as you crack them and as soon as they feel, oh, shit, if I keep coming forward or if I keep doing this or if I keep the game plan the way that it's set right now, I'm going to walk into something or I'm going to get cut open or, the next one might hit me. So I just feel like that's what it's going to come down to is who lands the bigger, more effective shots early.
For sure. And, I think that's a very valid point, right? Because being that you have to engage in this type of fight game, right? You have to engage smartly. Having that as an advantage for you, I think is going to play a key part in this fight. Something else that I wanted to talk to you about, that I think is an advantage for you, and maybe you can agree or disagree here. You've been very active in 2022. This is going to be your third fight of the year. Most fighters don't get a chance to get that many fights or to stay that active. How is that, or how big of an advantage is that for you?
I like being active. And I'm pretty sure all the fighters that are claiming that they're not active enough, they either suck, they're putting on like really bad fucking performances to the point that the company doesn't want to call you back, and or they're doing some other sly shit. Like, keep in mind that this is still a business, right? So I know that I get a little bit more leverage, obviously, because I sell as many tickets as I do down south. But if you're a fighter that's exciting as hell, everybody wants to see you fight, the promotion's going to keep calling you back. If you go out there and you fight like a pussy for 5 rounds and just sit there and then play patty cake with somebody else, the promotion might not call you back for another fight. There's other guys that have gotten 4 fights within the last fucking 8-9 months, and they were called like back to back, took last minute fights. Like, those guys out there that fought more often than I did. Me given the chance, I would fight more often. The thing is, bare knuckle only came down here to South Florida for 3 times in the last year. Matter of fact, if I fight this fight, no injuries, the next fight's gonna be February 17th at Knucklemania 3. If I fight that fight too, then that's 4 fights in 1 year. Because the first fight was February 19th of 2022. So I would love to stay more active. Is it an advantage? Of course. Like the less time goes by between the last time that you stepped in the ring, of course, like the more comfortable you feel. And in a sport where there's no feeling out process in bare knuckle, they're 2-minute rounds, it's 10 minutes. So I feel like there's almost no feeling out process. You run out of time as soon as the bell rings. So in a sport like that, it's good for you to be able to get in the ring and already be warm, already be ready to fight, and not have to sit there and try to go after your not have to try to figure out your pacing, your distance, your accuracy and all that kind of stuff that sometimes takes fighters up to a round. Like a lot of professional boxers, they don't get heated up until the 2nd, 3rd round anyways.
True.
So I definitely think that it's an advantage in that aspect that I was just in the ring, however so many months ago.
For sure, because having 2-minute rounds and in a championship fight, you're fighting 5 rounds, 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes seem like they can go fast, but inside the ring, I'm sure you can attest to this, they last a lifetime. So you have to be well conditioned. You have to have that ability to kind of get yourself going quickly, because you don't have too much time to impact the fight or at least put your imprint on the fight itself. For this specific fight, he hasn't really gone the distance that much. You haven't really gone the distance that much. Is this a fight that you see ending early, or is this something where it's going to be a real battle, 5 rounds and a bloody war?
I don't see it ending early. I think that it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a 5-round war for sure. I don't think it's going to distance. I think that one of us will definitely get each other out of there. I think Dave is, I think he fights to the potential of his opponent. I think the harder the fighter that he fights, the better he looks. So I think that this is going to be a fight that, in the later rounds, you're definitely going to see who's got more in them. But I don't think that cardio is necessarily going to play too much of a factor, because neither me or Dave get tired. I didn't sit on the stool one time when I went 5 rounds, like the one decision that I had. And I wasn't even tired. It was my hands were fucking swollen as hell. Like, that's the reason why I wasn't throwing as much. But still, in the 4th and 5th, bro, they hurt. But in the 4th and 5th round, I threw way more punches than I threw in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round. So it's not like my output definitely went up as the fight went on. It was just, my hands were fucking Mickey Mouse hands. They were so swollen, but they're a little more tuned in now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how do you? Because I follow a couple of bare knuckle fighters, and I seen them train their knuckles or their hands in different sort of ways. Do you have a specific regimen that you like to use, or something that you feel works to your advantage?
Nah, not really. I feel like you can cause small microfractures, if you sit there and start punching other little shit, and it can be good or bad for you. Don't get me wrong, there's recipes that work for certain fighters, don't work for other fighters. Essentially, if you cause these microfractures in your knuckles, for example, and you lead up to fight time, and they calcify over fast enough, then you're golden, because now your bone is a little bit stronger for sure. Whenever something fractures and it's a microfracture, it's not a displaced fracture, and it calcifies over. As long as obviously you have good nutrition, you're hydrated, so your bones aren't brittle. Of course, your bones are going to be a lot stronger. But I think it's important to touch the soft parts on the face. I broke my hand, this hand right here. I have a scar across. I broke this hand because I smoked someone's forehead. Maxwell, the first punch that I hit him with was this knuckle right on his forehead, and it broke my hand. So it's also important to try to not hit hard parts of the face. Of course, it's the same in leg kicking, for example. People are always like, oh, you know, like what happens if you leg kick somebody's shin? It's like, all right, well, if you check it, it's on like the bigger bone, you know? Right. If you're kicking somebody's knee with your foot, of course the knee is going to fucking win no matter what you do. If you're going shin to shin and you have the part close to your knee, hitting the part close to somebody else's foot, it's probably going to break, you know, the smaller bone's probably going to break. So I feel like in bare knuckles, it's the same thing. You know, your nose is no match for your hand. You know, like the other parts of your face that are nice and soft are no match for your hand. Even your orbital bone will break, will gash easy. Right. So I'm just trying not to punch somebody's forehead because I definitely don't want to fuck my hands up again. But you never know, bro. In a fight, it's, you know, wherever the guy goes, he goes. You know, wherever you fucking end up hitting him, you hit him. And like Maxwell never went towards my left side, so it was a little bit harder for me to like touch him on my left hand. And like obviously, like my left hand was good, my right hand was broken, but I had to keep throwing the same fucking hand. So even displaced, I was still able to keep dropping them.
For sure. And, you know, that kind of has to come with the territory, right, in bare knuckle. You have to be able to continue to push forward, continue to, you know, push your game plan out there, because it's not like you're going to have an ability to put gloves on. You're going to have to continue to use your hands, whether they're swollen or not. So it's a matter of how technical can you be and how precise can you be when you're striking.
Absolutely. Just it's almost like you know, measuring risk. Like make sure that whatever shot you land does more damage to your opponent than to you. You know, it'll be fine.
For sure. Man, Frank, you know, I'm really excited to see this fight for you, bro, because, you know, you and I have talked about you wanting to stay in the ring and getting more notoriety. And I really think that this fight on December 3rd at the Hard Rock against Dave Mundell is going to be a great opportunity for you. For those fans who haven't watched you yet, whether it's in person or on TV, tell the people what they can expect from you against Dave.
Fireworks, man. Every fight that I'm in, I always start very aggressive, and I've dropped every opponent that I've ever fought. Matter of fact, I've dropped every opponent I've ever fought twice, I think. Nice. So, yeah, I mean, I'm aggressive. I like to bring the action, and I'm not afraid to, like, take a risk. I'm not afraid to get in there and get hit and try to land one of my punches. You know, and like I said, I feel like me and Dave, both of us have really good cardio. Both of us have been in this game for quite a while. I have 5 fights. He has 6 fights, so he's got a little more experience than me. But I feel like me and him are definitely going to be able to display what bare knuckle fighting is. And I don't think that it's going to go to the distance. And I say that every time, and I've been right so far. So
I'm looking forward to it, bro. I really am, man. December 3rd at the Hard Rock, Saturday night. Let the people know where they can find you, where they can buy their tickets directly from you, champ.
Absolutely. If you go on my Instagram, it's Francesco_Ricchi or _Ricchi. There's a link in the bio. Just make sure you type in my promo code, which is called the Unlock Code, and it's my last name. And then check me out on Facebook. I'm Francesco_Ricchi. And then if you need tickets, by all means, go to that link or DM me personally on Instagram, and I'll be able to get you tickets and meet up with you for fight shirts as well.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see you in person fight week, man. It's upon us. Friday, we got the weigh-in, and then Saturday night is the big show night, man.
We go to Pound Town, baby.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Frank, man. Looking forward to linking up soon, brother.
Of course, bro. I'll talk to you soon, So thanks for having me on.
Always, man. You're always welcome here. And for everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to follow our friend Frank on his Instagram. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And also tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment. And until next time, peace.